Communities along the Mississippi River prepare for flooding. Here's a live look at flood preparations in Savannah, Illinois, where 45,000 sandbags line the city's flood wall. Hundreds of volunteers and more than a dozen prison inmates are building this flood wall right now. The river is just over 17 feet there, which is minor flood stage. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm John Diaz. We begin tonight with continuing flood coverage in downtown Davenport. Public Works crews started filling these flood barriers early this morning. Each one of these blocks holds 1.2 cubic yards of sand. The barriers stretch from Iowa Street down toward Quinlan Court and the Sky Bridge. It's an involved process to make sure the flood levee works the way it should.
I like to refer to it as like a soil-filled Lego. Basically, it comes in a section of pre-linked together boxes they're flat packed. You quickly stretch them out. You fill them with dirt. You pack the dirt down during the filling process just to make sure it's good and consolidated and packed down. You can stack them up.
Just in the last 2 months, Anderson says he sold 17 miles of this specific flood prevention barrier nationwide. He says it's a trustworthy and durable product that should help protect businesses along the riverfront.
We've built hundreds of miles of this barrier. And I mean, there's just such a strong case history of this being used in so many different situations. It's also been tested by the Corps of Engineers against wave action, debris impact, and overtopping.
Now, this work all led up to River Drive closing just about an hour ago. The road is closed from 4th Street near the YMCA all the way past Veterans Memorial Park. And as the city of Davenport prepares for flooding, so do the businesses along the river. News 8's Joe McCoy is live outside a pizza restaurant in Davenport. Joe, a bit of nervousness tonight for business owners.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, John. Nervousness is the right way to put it. Antonella's Pizza is located along River Drive. It has a beautiful view of the Mississippi River, which sits only a few hundred yards away from it. Unfortunately, that proximity to the water is soon going to be an issue. This mom and pop restaurant will most likely have to temporarily close as the Mississippi reaches moderate flooding levels. They have customers calling to check and see if they are open, which currently they still are, but the writing looks to be on the wall.
It's going to affect a good amount of dollar, but we just have to keep going and see what we can do. I've had some customers say, we're coming up to the dock with our kayaks. I'm like, I can't be there. I don't know if the electricity and the gas and everything is going to be shut down. You don't have a working, establishment with all that missing.
Now, Antonella's is in talk with the city of Davenport to see if they can get any of the lost revenue or the costs, such as rent, covered while they are temporarily closed. So far, there is no word on that, and Antonia, the owner who you just heard from, is just hoping that this flooding lasts as little time as possible. John, back to you.
All right, thanks, Joe. Antonella says they don't actually have to worry about water getting into the restaurant. Now, on the other side of the river, most businesses on Moline's River Drive face the Mississippi River and are keeping a close eye on it. The George Evans Corporation, a metals fabricator plant, has sat along the river since 1915, so it's been through its share of flooding. They've started to build part of their wall of sandbags. Water starts to affect River Drive at 17 feet in Moline, so road closures will be announced soon. Meanwhile, Buffalo Shores Campground in Iowa is now closed until further notice. The 25-acre campground includes a beach right on the Mississippi River. And just a few hours ago, the city of Buffalo put out a call for volunteers to help fill sandbags. The city says it will hold sandbagging events on Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 3:30 behind the Buffalo Activity Center. The city will provide gloves. Meanwhile, the National Weather Service gave its weekly flood outlook update yesterday, predicting the river would crest at Rock Island somewhere between 21 and 23 feet. Today, the service says they expect the river will crest at the lower end of that estimate.
I was talking to the forecasters up there at the North Central River Forecast Center, and they told me that with that 1 foot plus or minus range, that their very high confidence is on that lower range.
The Weather Service says starting Monday, it will give daily briefs as it follows the crest levels. All right. So as we follow these river levels, we are enjoying it. Lovely day out there. It was sunny and temperatures were great, Morgan.
Yeah, absolutely, John. A live look outside right now from Clinton, Iowa. There is definitely a lot of cloud cover beginning to develop out there, but still a decent day. A little chillier than normal, but not too bad, especially after the afternoon we had yesterday. Highs today did get to, I think, around 62 degrees here in the Quad Cities. The rest of us, though, in the upper 50s, low 60s. Off to the north, a little cooler. Dubuque and Galena, 51 degrees. Right now, we still continue to see quite a bit of cloud cover that's going to develop. I do want to point out, you see how isolated and spotty a lot of that shower and snow shower activity is. That's actually going to swing in later on tonight and going into your Saturday. And yeah, we'll be talking about a little bit of snow and light rain showers, but nothing to accumulate. Temperatures right now sitting in the mid-50s for a lot of our hometowns, and going into tonight, temperatures are expected to get quite chilly. In fact, we already have some freeze headlines to talk about. We'll talk about where we could see those temperatures drop to or even below freezing coming up in just a little bit. John.
And you can get updated information sent straight to your phone. Text the word flood to 309-304-0888 to get information on river levels and road closures in the Quad Cities as the Mississippi River rises.